This is the Inferno podcast. It's the official podcast of UAB Athletics. Blazer fans, this is the place every week for an inside look into UAB Athletics. This episode is brought to you by Pearl River Resort.
Today's episode rundown is going to be brought to you by Legacy Credit Union, the official credit union of UAB Athletics. We're finally kicking things off with spring football. Today, joining me for our Coach's Corner is going to be cornerbacks coach Lionel Stokes. For our Blazers of the week, I'm going to have quarterback Ryder Burton and transfer linebacker Ike Esonwune. Don't go too far, Blazers, because cornerbacks coach is going to be joining us in a second. Welcome back, Inferno. I'm Madison Page. Today we have our Coach's Corner presented by Viva Health and Pepsi. Today I'm going to be talking to UAB Corners coach Lionel Stokes. Coach, how are we doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Pretty good. So I'm so excited to finally have you here. You're in Birmingham now, starting off spring ball. What kind of led you here?
I guess the first big thing is, so I'm originally from Mississippi. So again, previous spot that I was at was Michigan, and obviously UAB was an opportunity for me to get back down south, get back to some warm weather, and a little closer to family as well.
Yeah, we're kicking off that warm weather now. We're finally in it. I noticed there's a lot of pollen outside. I'm allergic to it, but how do you like being in Birmingham so far and just kind of the vibes and the people in the South?
So obviously being from Mississippi, I kind of rode through Birmingham a lot. Really never really spent a lot of extended time here, but just from my short period of time, about 2 weeks, city's very nice, nice vibe to it. A lot bigger than what I kind of thought, like I said, from driving through it, but so far so good.
Yeah, I love that. What kind of brought you here as far as coaching style goes, and what made you hone in on that decision of this is Birmingham, this is going to be my home for a minute?
I would say just the style of defense that Coach Grantham plays and just his background of kind of how he plays defense. And it's a great defense to kind of get in and learn the scheme, and it'll definitely help you in your career moving forward. So that definitely was a big factor in making my decision to come here.
Is there any way you would compare that defense to something else that you either ran when you were in college or some sort of coaching style that you're kind of familiar with?
Yes. So I definitely would say it's a lot complex, NFL type style. So our coordinator at my last spot, Michigan, was like an NFL background guy, and Coach Grantham kind of has some of those same principles on defense. A lot of things that he can get to as far as what the offense is doing and different ways to adjust to different things that offense are trying to attack on defense. So definitely multiple on defense, I would say so.
I feel like coaching style now is really honing into that NFL type of style coaching. How has the game changed for you since when you played versus now?
It's a lot different. So when I played, it was a lot more slower, not as much tempo. A lot of guys coming out of the huddle. So now it's run and shoot all day. Bunch of spread offenses, bunch of tempo, a lot more getting your athletes out in space as opposed to huddle and 12 personnels and a lot of tight ends on the field. So it's changed in that aspect.
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about your coaching style and what it's like to be coached by you. Who kind of did you look up to when you were looking at coaching and going further into your career?
So when I started out as a graduate assistant, two guys that I worked under, they're retired now, so they're older guys, Melvin Smith and Charlie Cheese Harbison. Those guys kind of helped and mold me into the coach I am today. So my coaching style, I'm kind of laid back and calm. Just me knowing playing the cornerback position, it's enough stress already. So I don't want to be like a yelling screamer and kind of continue to add that stress that the cornerback already has. So I kind of laid back and calm and try to give those guys some confidence through that. But also, obviously there's times where I got to kind of get going a little bit. Yeah. But, I try to stay calm, again, try to coach some confidence through those guys that way.
When you were coming in as a player, what kind of coach did you like kind of being coached by? Did you like the more laid-back coach, or were you kind of like, I want you to get up on me and I want you to yell in my face?
I could thrive in either one. Definitely would prefer the one that was kind of laid back, but I didn't mind the guys getting going. Yeah.
How do you balance that for like the players that you feel like you need to get a little bit more onto versus the ones that are
You're gonna have guys that you kind of got to get after,
Yeah.
and that's kind of what I've been doing my first week here is trying to figure out the guys, trying to figure out their personalities, who you can coach this way, who you can coach that way, and try to move forward from there.
Yeah, I love that. So when you look at the players, because you guys have so many new players, so many new faces, with you being a new face, what kind of helps you put that mold together with your team and within the defense?
So again, whenever you're getting new guys like this, you just got to always bring it back to the one common goal. And everyone's goal at the end of the day is to win. So when everyone has that one common goal, whatever it is, this person came from this place, this person came from this place. If we all have that one same common goal, it kind of helps with the team mesh when we understand what our end goal is.
Yeah. What would you say your philosophy is when the players are looking at you and kind of knowing like, okay, this is what Coach Stokes is expecting from me, and this is what he continues to preach day after day after day?
Well, for me, for one, playing corner, you're going to have to play with details. So after that, I like to go with the things that takes no talent. So like effort, hustling to the ball, doing things the right way on and off the field, whether that's running on and off the field or being on time for stuff flow. So I like to harp on the things that takes no talent. That way, everyone in the room can have some type of say-so in that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so more of like the intangibles. Like
Yes.
what can you control as a player versus like what I can put onto you as a coach?
Exactly.
I love that. So I want you to talk a little bit about your family life, where you're from, kind of how you grew up, and what it was like living in Mississippi.
Okay, so I'm from Columbia, Mississippi. Played at a small 2A school, East Marion High School. Played all the sports that I could coming up in high school. After that, I went to a junior college, Copiah Lincoln in Mississippi. Finished my last 2 years playing defensive back at the University of Louisiana Lafayette. Didn't have a chance to go play further after that, and so I kind of got into coaching after that.
Nice, I love that. What if you weren't coaching right now? What do you think you'd be doing?
I have no clue.
Any other skills that you feel like you have, or any other hobbies?
I like to say I'm a jack of all trades, but
Okay.
I guess if I'm not coaching, I'll probably be golfing.
Okay. So do you like to golf in Birmingham? Have you gone out there yet?
I went once, my first time golfing since July, so that lets you know how it went. But yeah, we went to one spot. I can't remember the name of the course, but it was nice.
Yeah. Are you competitive?
I am.
Okay.
I am kind of like a quiet competitor,
Okay.
if that makes
so like
sense.
a sneaky competitor.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
You're gonna come up
yeah.
from behind. You don't know what's gonna
Yeah,
happen
yeah,
next.
exactly. I'm not gonna like talk my trash or anything
Yeah.
like that, but I'm gonna let you know I'm there.
Yeah. Speak by action.
Yeah.
I love that. So we're going into the season now. What are you most excited about for this team?
I'm excited for the guys that we have. There's a lot of guys that's eager for coaching, eager for structure, eager for winning, and it makes you excited as a coach when you got a group of guys that carry themselves that way.
Yeah. What do you look for when you're recruiting guys?
At corner, you want to look for some size, speed, guys that can cover man-to-man, guys that compete like you talked about earlier, and guys that show just a willingness to tackle. I mean, you don't have to be the perfect tackler on your tape as far as coming out of high school or anything like that, but just a willing to like show that you'll stick your face in some contact.
Yeah. What does it look like when things are successful? Like when you know, okay, something's working and there's a lot of success coming out of this group right now. What does that look like for you, even if it doesn't show up on the scoreboard?
The guys playing with confidence. So anytime you're seeing the guys playing confidence, they feeling good about the scheme, feeling good about their techniques. They're making plays. They're kind of celebrating, and so once those guys playing with some confidence and celebrating with their teammates after the play, then that's kind of how you know things are going well.
And there's not a lot of like ways that we can really determine how this is going so far as far as the spring. But what, from fans looking in, what have you seen as far as growth-wise that you've seen from these guys when they first came in versus now?
So I've only been here 2 weeks, so I really don't have much to go off of. But what I will say, just far as my group, I been focusing on my group
Yeah.
with me just getting here. But I will say the guys are taking to coaching. We're kind of introducing a couple new techniques, and they're kind of like they're taking their coaching to something new, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Is that refreshing for you as a coach?
Oh, absolutely.
Nice.
Absolutely.
I love that. Okay, so what are you most excited for when this season kicks off and the game? It's game time. You're in Protective Stadium. What are you most excited for Birmingham Nation?
I'm excited for our players. Another opportunity to have a great season. to get the thing back rolling the way it should be. You know, me coming up, my upbringing, UAB has some good football teams, so we want to get back to those winning ways.
Yeah. Do you have a lot of support from the outsiders that you have as far as like your support group?
What do you mean by that? I'm sorry.
So I want to talk a little bit about like your support group as far
Okay.
as like your family life and as far as people that you really lean on. Do you have a lot of support from those people, and what does that look like?
So my support group, obviously, I have a wife and 2 kids, but my support group is most of them are in Mississippi, so they're very excited for me to be a lot closer, and they'll be able to come to some more games. So they're definitely excited, and they're excited for the season.
And what is something that the Blazer Nation does not know about you? I know we don't know a lot, but what's something that like I can't even look it up? Like I want to know a little bit about your hobbies and something that you really have going on.
I don't know. I'm not that
you a
interested, to be
dancer?
honest with you. I definitely cannot dance, so I definitely put that out there. I definitely can't dance. So I guess if I'm not coaching football, I'm either golfing or hanging with the kids.
Yeah, I love that. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Coach, for joining us on the Inferno podcast, and I'm so excited to see what comes in with this defense and you as a corner coach.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
The if in life. It's a world of possibilities. If you go for a night out with friends. If you can keep an eye on your money along the way. If you know you have overdraft protection with no fee transfers from savings. When you get a low balance alert, it's easier to say yes to fun. If that sounds good, try Regions Life Banking.
Stay ready for the if in life. Regions Bank, embrace the if in life.
Welcome back to the Inferno podcast. I'm Madison Page, and today we have our Blazers of the Week sponsored by Blazer Mobile. Ike and Ryder, how are you guys doing today?
What's up? I'm doing well.
Awesome. I want you guys to give me a little rundown. Spring ball is finally starting. What does practice look like so far?
Competitive. First day with pads on, so it was definitely a little more chippy and physical, and we'll just see where that takes us.
Yeah. Ike, how do you feel like things are going so far?
Things are going good. I mean, first day of pads is always a little rusty. Everybody got to, get their feeling back to it. So people might be a little rusty, but, feel like it's going good, though.
Nice.
First start of it.
And you guys are both leaders on totally different sides of the ball. What is your leadership style like right now, Ryder?
Very vocal.
Yeah?
I'm definitely the vocal kind of aggressive leader of the offense. I take practice really seriously. I think that there's a certain energy that needs to come to practice, and I promise you I will enforce it.
Yeah. Would you say you're about the same way?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're coming in with Grantham, knowing his playbook and stuff. I'm usually the one that's trying to get everybody lined up, make sure we get the right increments, that we get to play on both sides, and then just make sure the D-line gets the call, knowing what front we're in, knowing what game we're going to run. So all of that is put together, make sure I'm very vocal on both ends.
Yeah. So you guys are both very vocal, aggressive leaders, trying to expect the best from the guys. How do you guys feed off of each other, being on different sides of the ball, but both being leaders?
Oh, yeah, we talk smack now.
I'm knowing.
It's funny. Yeah, for sure. It was actually funny. First day I came out, he's wearing 3, and I didn't put 2 and 2 together. So I start looking at face masks. I'm like, oh, all right, let's work then. So, definitely. We feed off each other. I mean, I know that 3 over there is the head honcho, and it's up to me to go beat him. So.
Yeah. How's it feel for you, Ike?
Definitely competitive. I mean, I feel like from the get-go, from already, before we was even started spring ball, I mean, the 7-on-7 and stuff that we was doing outside, me and him was already talking smack,
Yeah.
I was already trying to get in his head. So from the get-go, we already knew what was going to happen when we got to spring ball.
And both of you guys from the beginning, you guys are really attached to your coaches right now. I know you attached with Alex Mortensen and having Grantham. What kind of went into your decision of making the decision, come to UAB and continue playing here?
I said it after we played Memphis. If Mort was here, I was going to be here. I just think he's an incredibly honest person, somebody that's schematically fits me perfectly. It allows for a quarterback to be mobile, to move in the pocket, but at the end of the day, the focus is to run the ball, be physical up front, and then let the quarterback do his thing from there. So I just think it really fit me, and on top of that, I just think Coach Mort was the kind of person that I wanted to play for.
And being in the position that you're in right now, would you say that you're glad to have somebody like Mort that has your back and continues to strive for you to be better every single day?
1,000%. I mean, even though me and Mort have definitely a special relationship, it doesn't mean that I get coached any easier or any less than anybody else. I mean, in fact, I would say he coaches me harder. He expects a lot, and deservedly so, with the amount of time he's spent with me. And, I hope that just continues, because the man's knowledge of the game is otherworldly.
It's crazy. It runs deep.
It really does. It really does. I mean, I'm in year 4, and there's still times where I'm like, One more time, Coach.
Right.
Like, can we walk through that again?
Talk to me a little about what it means to like play for Grantham and to bring Rod with him.
I mean, we were playing with him his first year at OK State, coming to UAB. I already knew that we had a good connection. I feel like I always had a good connection with him seeing me, who I was outside of football and who I was with football. You know, him having my back between every situation that I had on the field, and just him knowing that he's seen something in me that I couldn't see in myself.
Yeah.
Was what really brought me here.
What are those conversations like that you're having with him right now, knowing that you are the guy that knows his scheme the best?
His game can be a lot of increments to it. So, you know, it takes a lot of learning and studying, but, you know, he expects a lot from me to help people get lined up, help people to do the right job, and even the people that's behind me, just making sure they know what they're doing as well. Because, you know, I can't just do it all by myself. We got to have it all as a team. So making sure everybody's on the right page and knowing that he expects a lot from me to be a leader on the defense.
Yeah. And Ryder, you're kind of the leader of the whole entire team right now. What are you expecting from your defense, and what are you seeing them grow in constantly every single day?
No, for sure. I loved – today was first day of pads, and there's a different type of intensity and energy that comes with pads. I'm starting to grow a relationship with Coach Grantham. I think he's absolutely hilarious. I mean, we talk smack quite a bit too. I'm very impressed with the multiplicity of the defense. It's day 3. I've seen a variety of fronts, a variety of coverages. And like I said, there's a lot of complexity to it. But they've executed fairly decently so far, I would say at least. And I know they're going to continue to grow the more reps they get. I think today the thing that was most impressive was the pass rush. Those guys in the D-line room, they're talented, very long. There's some good ball players over there. But we'll figure out how to block them as an offense and then continue to make it competitive day in, day out.
And now, Ike, I heard a little bit about you being sneaky when it comes to the rush. There were sometimes riders looking to the right of him, and you're already right there. What goes into that and, like, keeping you so quick on your feet and being able to, like, be up against somebody like Ryder?
Something about Ryder that always just kind of gets a little ick to me. He always checks it.
Yeah.
Always to see if we're in. They usually, they like to see if we're in before we run it. So me trying to time my bits up and have my right departure angle, trying to get to him, it's a little sketchy sometimes.
Yeah.
But, as soon as he sees it, he kind of slides a protection my way. So I can't, so I got to go against, sometimes I'm going against the back, sometimes I got to go against the tackle. I'm never really just a free man, but him being able to really know that, him to be able to check those coverages and check those blitz packages and that we're coming is him being a very good quarterback.
Yeah. What else do you see as far as offensive growth coming from this team right now in the spring?
Say it again?
What else do you see as far as offensive growth coming from this team right now this spring?
I mean, I feel like offense is growing a lot. I mean, I feel like they're giving us the best look that they can. I feel like we are growing just off of each other. I feel like it's dog against dog, and the best dog is going to eat. So, I just feel like it's very good competition, and every day that we on the field is good. Yeah,
I love that. It's a dog-eat-dog world, and you guys are going at it. I'm so excited for the fall. Now, Ryder, we have to talk a little bit about what happened earlier. What was it, like over the fall, I want to say?
No, it was.
When was it?
It was postseason, but
Post-season.
I did get engaged. I'm getting married here fairly soon. I'm excited. She's love my life, absolutely adore her, and just super excited to take that next step with her.
What was the proposal like?
It was. I would like to say it was pretty elite.
Yeah.
I mean, I came up with most of it, so I think I did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Just the opportunity to surprise her and make a moment that she's been dreaming about since she was a little girl to really come to life was something that I was very proud of.
I love that. Ike, I want to talk a little bit about your family life. I know you're hearing Ryder talk about
I'm proud of him.
and proposing. Yeah, that's great. So let's talk a little bit about your family life and about your parents and everything growing up. How was it?
I mean, my parents are very hard on me to begin with. Them being this first generation of Nigerian, knowing that you come from that type of culture and stuff like that, they have a lot of high expectations for you within grades, outside of school, and within just football in general, knowing that, if I have a dream and I have a job that I want to do, making sure I do it to my best extent. And, I feel like them pushing me to be the best that I can be really is what brought me here today, and I feel like my pops is putting the pressure on me continuously, whether it's the littlest thing that it is, him just making sure that I see it from 3 different angles, and make sure I get my best regardless of what the smallest situation is.
What do you live by every single day that you continue to repeat in your head? What kind of phrase are you constantly saying to yourself?
I feel like it's just me just saying to myself, I'm not the best, and I know there's somebody out there every day that's working, and until I feel like we're on that best platform. There's nothing more that I can do, but in order to me to just keep on working, I feel like every day everybody's it's a lot of people reaching the same goal as me. So, you gotta find out to be that 1%, and see what you can do to be separated between the pack.
Yeah. Now, Ryder, I know you live a little bit by that also. What are you saying to yourself?
I'm not gonna say my actual.
I'm like, keep it clean.
Mine would be let's ball.
Yeah.
Let it loose. I'm a very confident person. Just somebody that wants to compete every single day. And for me, a lot of times when you play the position that I play and the mental fortitude that it takes to play the position, a lot of times you can overthink. So for me, it's let's go compete and let's play ball.
Yeah. With so many new guys coming in right now, what kind of gives you that respect of somebody that's new and joining this team right now?
I would just say I want to see guys work. We have a handful of receivers that I've been really, really impressed with thus far, and running backs as well. But I think those receivers have kind of answered the bell, especially with the departure of a guy like Strap who took off and goes to Oregon. It's a big chunk of production that we have to replace. And I mean, KJ, Ty Mims, EJ, and CJ, they've really come to work, this first 3 days. I've been really impressed with them. And the more that we get in shape and football shape, because there's no question having team pass and team 7-on-7 back-to-back can be tough on those guys. But the more that we get in shape, I think that's only going to grow.
Yeah. Ike, what are you seeing from this team and, you coming in as being a new person and being a new leader? What are you seeing from this team and, what gives you the respect from these guys?
I feel like what gives me the respect from these guys is that they, they put the effort in that they want to be the best that they can be every day. I mean, off the field, because that's where it really starts off in the film room, knowing what to do in order for them to be able to play it fast and play the way they want to play. We got a lot of disguises, a lot of shows that we want to show, but in order for them to master the playbook and master what they want to do on the field, they got to be able to start in the film room. And I feel like that's what they're doing. They take time out of their day to come here, be on the field, sometimes at night to walk through certain formations, certain plays that we go over. And I feel like them putting their best foot forward is what allows them to be the best that they can be, and I respect that.
Yeah. What aspect do you guys see the most coming from this team? As spring is starting to go on, from the beginning all the way until now, what part have you grown the most?
I think the part that we've grown the most is discipline. I would say that's just the biggest change from last year to this year. A lot of that starts in the weight room. I think Coach Lyle attacked the weight room really well this year, and alongside with Coach Nove, we really started to take that next step of the work ethic and the discipline that we wanted to see in the weight room. And then on top of that, just Coach Mort. Coach Mort demands consistency, demands relentless effort, and I think that through the first 3 days, I think we've shown that this is a much more physical and disciplined football team compared to the past couple of years.
And Ike, what are you seeing right now from this team versus coming in from a transfer? What are you seeing from them?
Can you repeat your question one more time?
What are you seeing from this team coming in as a transfer? What are you seeing as far as growth-wise from when you first came in versus now?
I feel like I see a lot of growth within everybody. Really on the physicality level. Because today was the first day of pass, so everybody's trying to show what they can do. Show their abilities that they can establish for the defense. And I feel like this physicality level, I feel like everybody's going to continuously to get better on that level.
What do you want to say to Blazer Nation now? Everybody that's watching, what do you want to say to them as they continue to support you going through this season?
Let's pack out protective, please. I beg. That'd be my biggest thing. I'm a sucker for crowd environment. I really am. I think it's one of the biggest advantages you can hold at home. And I know that people from this area, they love football.
Yeah.
I know they do. So we're going to do our best to put the best team on the field and just ask that you guys be there to support us.
Ike, what's your message?
Come pack it out. It's gonna be a show. Every time we step on the field, we willing to put on the best that we can do, and we want to have y'all there so we can show.
Yeah, I'm excited. Let's pack out protective and let's head into this season, you guys. Blazers, don't go too far because I'll be right back with This Week in Blazer Nation.
Oh yeah, oh no. Oh yeah, let's roll.
Welcome back to This Week in Blazer Athletics, presented by Children's of Alabama. Starting us off on Friday, men's tennis is going to be traveling to Macon to take on Mercer, with beach volleyball going to Tampa. They'll be kicking things off with Stephen F. Austin as women's track hosts the UAB Spring Invite all weekend. Beach volleyball then plays Sacramento State, with softball beginning their series all weekend playing Eastern Carolina, and baseball is going to be back at home to play Tulane. On Saturday, women's beach volleyball plays UTEP, with women's tennis at the Hoover Met to play Western Kentucky. Men's soccer closes things out playing Belmont University in Nashville. On Sunday, softball continues their series playing Eastern Carolina, and baseball wraps things up versus Tulane. On Monday, men's golf is going to be in Mobile, Alabama for the Mobile Bay Intercollegiate. Women's golf is going to be in Monroe for the ULM Invitational. Also, we're going to have North Alabama taking on baseball here in Birmingham, with softball taking on Samford. All right, Blazers, that's all I have for you for This Week in Blazer Athletics. Thank you so much for watching the Inferno podcast, and make sure you stay tuned with all of us on Instagram, TikTok, and on YouTube. Ring that bell so that you don't miss an episode.